Mm, 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 What's up, AJ Mafia? It's your girl Ayanajayy. Like, comment if you don't think you lame. If you do, then you gang. You better subscribe to my channel or you can't hang. Period. So, anyways, to get into it, you can tell by the title I have down below that this is a story time about my ex-best friend. So, where should I start this off? Okay, y'all want to start off from the beginning? You know, that iced tea, that crucial tea, or I'm gonna start y'all from the beginning. All right, so this basically what happened. It started off in 8th grade, and how we even became friends was like just tacky in itself. Like it was.
Ooh! Ah, the ghetto! The ghetto.
So basically, we had fought, and I apologized. And within me apologizing, like I was like, maybe we can make a friendship out of this, like because the reason that I fought her basically wasn't really a valid reason. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I can get something from this, like bring something positive out of this negative situation. So we ended up becoming friends, and we started getting like closer and closer. My mistake. Should have never did that. And so when we became closer, like we ended up starting to become best friends. And I mean, like when I said we was locked in, like we was close, like it was crazy. So then, long story short, to that, like long story. You could do some of that situation. Basically, we was close. We became best friends. The rest of the 8th grade year, we was cool up until our little like 8th grade prom or 8th grade farewell, whatever y'all call it at y'all school, when basically you finna go, like you're celebrating moving to the next grade. And so, and after the farewell, it was maybe like a month of school left and then school was over. So towards the farewell, like it was getting weird. Like she was kind of acting different. And what should I call her? I'm gonna call her Chicken. Okay. So the Chicken was kind of acting different, and like I don't know why, but like me, I'm an energy person. So like if your energy is off, like I'm gonna pick up on that. Like, and especially like if we're really close, like I literally can feel when something is off.
Get real, dude. Your vibe's off.
Oh, snap.
It's off kilter.
Like on the actual farewell day, me and Chicken decided to meet up with like all our family members and stuff like that before we went into the building to, you know, kind of like look at each other's outfits, take pictures, you know, the normal best friend thing to do. And so when we get there, like it's Chicken's family and then my family and all that stuff. But Chicken's dad is like sizing me. Like he looks mad. Like he's like
Smash.
like he looks pissed. Like I don't know what I did, but he was big mad. So I picked up on that, and I was kind of trying to like just stay level-headed about the situation, like not think too much into it. And then all of a sudden, like Chicken's mom was talking about one of my family members, and she was like, oh, they're really attractive, da da da. And then Chicken goes out her way to tell her mom something that wasn't her business to tell about one of my family members. And like Chicken had just met that family member, so it really wasn't even her place. Like Chicken didn't even know them like that. So I was like, okay. But when Chicken told her, she whispered it to her, so I guess she didn't want me to hear. And after that, Chicken's mom told the rest of her family members, so it was kind of weird. Like it was kind of like an awkward silence after that. And after that, my mom and that family member, they had left, so it was just me and Chicken's family members. Yeah. And anyway, so it was really awkward. And then all of a sudden they began to talk about my family member like right in front of my face. Like, but what they're saying, like I guess they think I'm dumb, like I'm not gonna pick up on what they're talking about, like what they're trying to say. And so I was just like, wow, this is crazy. So finally me and Chicken decided to head into the building, like, you know, get our tickets for the dance or whatever. And I looked at Chicken, I asked her, I was like, did you say this da 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 about my family member? And she was like, no, I didn't say that.
Just as I thought. Trash.
I was like, okay. Like, I just kept it cute, kept it classy. I was like, okay. And then she was like, yeah, no, I really didn't say that. Listen to me. Anytime somebody goes out their way to make a point that they're telling the truth, lie. They're lying. Okay? Remember that. And so yeah, but I was just like, okay, whatever, like, you're not gonna mess up my night. So after that, I was like, whatever, it is what it is. So then I got in the dance, everything was cool. I was enjoying my time, drinking my little juice. I thought I was that deal. So then everybody was coming to me about Chicken because she was tripping. She was tripping. Her ex-boyfriend was there and she was mad that he was dancing with another girl, and everybody's coming to me like, yo, Chicken is tripping, like she's acting crazy, da da da. And I was just like, because at this point I'm being cordial, I'm being nice and all that stuff, but in the back of my mind I'm like, this is the last night I'm ever speaking to her. And that was true. Like the next following week we had went back to school, and like she was texting me and stuff throughout the weekend, and I was like not texting her back, nothing. Like she did not hear nothing from me. And so we went to school and she walked through, she was like, hey best friend, and I was looking at Chicken, I was like, and I kept walking. And so then she was going around telling everybody like, you know, why isn't she talking to me, da da da. And they was coming to me like, you know, Chicken is upset because you're not speaking to her. What does she do? What does she do?
Ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street, I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
And I didn't tell her. And so mind you, fast forward, it's all the way at the end of the summer now. Like school is over, we about to go into freshman year, and I still haven't told Chicken what she did to me. Like, I like to hold grudges because I feel like if you was bold enough to do it, then you smart enough to figure it out, right?
Okay, then.
So then after that, like, she sent me this long text message like the day before freshman year, okay? Remember this because it's important. And the text message consists of like, you know, she doesn't know what she did, but like she was a whole different person back then, and she was like, you know, can I just tell her what she did, and she really wants to, you know, make amends. She doesn't want any drama or beef going into the freshman year. And I was like, okay, I can agree with that. Like, you know, I don't want any drama or anything like stupid from 8th grade to follow me to my freshman year, because it was that deep to me then, but it wasn't that deep to me at that point. And so I was like, you know, this is what you did. You spoke and said this about my family member, and I don't appreciate it. And she was telling me how she was sorry, da da da. She wanted to be friends again and all that stuff. And I was like, well, we can just be cool. We can be friends, acquaintances. I was like, that's fine, but like we probably won't never be as close as we were before. Remember that, okay? Remember that. So then freshman year started, and like the first day I saw Chicken, and like it was a little awkward, and then as time went by, like we started talking more again, and then she got her schedule changed, so we actually had classes together. Okay, we actually had classes together. And so the class we had together, it was agriculture. So like me and Chicken would sit next to each other every day, and that's how we ended up getting, I fell right back into her fucking trap again.
Right back.
Okay, so then I end up claiming her as my best friend again. And me, if I call you my best friend, like, I'm sorry, but you just can't have another best friend, because that's weird. Like, no, unless we both agree that they're our best friend too, you cannot have another best friend. Sorry. Yeah, so I was just chilling. Now we're best friends again, and once this happens, I'm kind of like a little nervous to start being close with her again. But I'm like, whatever. So then like I started kind of going over her house again and all that stuff. Well, Chicken at this time was like having like she had a girlfriend, and then she had a little side piece, because her girlfriend, we're gonna call her girlfriend Beef, okay? And then we're gonna call the side piece Grape, okay? So Chicken had a girlfriend, and Beef was like, she went to a whole different school, and her side piece Grape, she went to the school with us. And I'm not gonna give too many details about that, but long story short, Beef found out that Chicken was cheating on her with Grape.
And
And when Beef found that out, she was like, she went berserk, okay? Like, she went off on her. And then in the midst, they made up or whatever, all that stuff, like they normally do, like I thought they were gonna do. But mind you, like, I had Beef's social media information, but we never really like just text and talk like on a regular. Like we weren't close. I don't make it a point to be like super freaking close with anybody that one of my friends is dating. Like we can be cordial, but ain't no reason for us to be best buds or something. So, but when the times comes, like it was like really late at night, and I got this phone call, and like Chicken and Beef are like arguing hard. Chicken has sent Beef like this disrespectful paragraph saying like, you know what, like I've been cheating on you this whole time anyways. Like I never wanted to be with you. Nothing that you ever do is like really that good enough. Like it's kind of boring, da 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 da. And I should have paid attention to that, because in my head I was like, dang, like she just be dogging these bitches. Like, wow, that's crazy. Like she was walking them for real. And when I get the phone call, it wasn't Chicken, it was Beef. And she FaceTimed me and she was like, you know what, I'm finna kill her, da da da. She was like, I'm walking to her house right now.
And
And I was like, oh my God. So then I'm texting Chicken and I'm like, yo, Beef is finna come to your house. Like, she is not playing. She's finna blow the whole set up. And I'm like, I'm on the phone with Beef. I'm gonna try to keep her calm, da da da. So I'm talking to Beef. I'm like, yo, you do not need to do this. You need to calm down, everything like that. And remember this moment too, guys, because everything I'm telling you is gonna add up, okay? And so, long story short, basically that situation was diffused. All thanks to Noir. And yeah, then after that happened, like maybe a week later, me and Chicken, we were still good. You know, nothing bad happened out of that situation. But like she was starting to act funny, and like there was this one girl, like for some reason at that school, like she was not feeling me. Like she just wasn't a fan of me, I guess. And she didn't like me. But Chicken made it a point to like hang out with her. And I was so confused. I was like, what? Like, why would you, what? So then I was like, okay. So Chicken had invited me to a basketball game. And she was like, you want to come? Like, I'm gonna call the girl that don't like me. Cheese It. She's like, Cheese It is gonna be there. Da da da. I'm like, okay, since when are you cool with Cheese It? And she was like, you know, well, we hang out, da da da. So I was like, that's weird. Like, sus, right? Sus. That was red flag number 875. And then after that game, like I had noticed that like Chicken was starting to call other people her best friend. And it was really starting to be weird to me, because me, like, I really don't have that many, well, in that situation, I still don't, but like during that time, I really didn't have that many friends. Like I had a close handful. And so for me, it was like, if we already discussed like that's weird to like have best friends, other best friends, then why are you making best friends? Because like what no, what's the deal? And so after that happened, I was kind of like, okay, so first it was you being weird of my family member. Now it's you hanging out with somebody you know like literally hates my guts. Like then it's you getting a new best friend. So I was like, oh, okay. But mind you, I'm just chilling. So then it went from that to like Chicken would be like sitting at a different table than me. Like she like was starting to get distant and getting close with this other girl she was calling her best friend. And I was like, oh, okay, like now it's getting weird, and I'm really feeling the energy shift. But like, and at this time, this is like right when I started playing softball for the school, and so I really couldn't hang out as much. But I was telling Chicken, I was like, hey, like you could always come to my games, and then after the game, like I can spend the night, I can hang out, we can go places, we can do whatever you want. Because she was starting to complain about how we never went anywhere, and she would always go places with this girl she was calling her best friend. And I was like, okay, so I offered that solution, and then she was like, she wasn't really trying to come.
just as I thought. Trash.
So for me, it was like, if you claim me my best friend, wouldn't you be the most supportive person like on my team? Like, because I know I would. Like, if you asked me to go somewhere, I'm going, literally. And I was just like, okay. So then after that had happened, I was really starting to feel the vibe change. And this is what made everything like shift. This is when the whole 380 happened. Because like I said, remember I told y'all that I play softball. And so when that happened, I was so busy and all that stuff. Well, one of my softball teammates, she had actually invited me to like her Sweet 16 party. And like it was only like a few select people on the team who even got invited besides her other friends outside of the team who didn't even play softball. So I was like, you know what, it's kind of rude to turn down the invitation. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go. Like, and plus I was cool with her anyway, so I was like, yeah, might as well go. And so I went, and then it was like maybe 2 a.m. and I wish I still had the video. It was maybe like 2 a.m. and I like posted a video on Snapchat of us all at IHOP, and I guess Chicken was not too fond of that, because like maybe like 2 days later I text Chicken, because remember I told y'all we were in the same class. I had text Chicken and I was like, hey, do you have the homework, da da da. First, because we always talked on Snapchat, so I text her on Snapchat. Why it hit me with that? Chicken, it's not your friend. You have to wait for this pending request or whatever it be saying. Y'all know what it be saying when somebody unadd you. And so I seen that, I was like, I was really confused. So I tried to call her phone, I'm blocked. I checked Instagram, I'm blocked. Like, I'm blocked on everything.
It has to be a joke. I cannot believe this is happening.
So then I was like, okay, what's a good solution? I got Chicken's cousin to text Chicken and like be like, hey, like what's going on? Like, why do you blocked? And do you know what this girl said? Can y'all guess what this girl said? I'm gonna give y'all a minute to guess what she said. You thought of anything yet? Okay, I'm gonna give you another minute. Okay, so she gonna sit there and say, well, she was out all night at IHOP, but she can never hang out with me. And then she continues to say, it doesn't matter though. It was just a school friendship anyways.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Does it matter? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Are you serious? Huh? What? So I seen that and I was like, okay, like thanks for telling me, like thank you for relaying the message basically. Mind you, like I said, we had class the next day. So when she sat down, Chicken always got there before me. So when I came to class, the chair that I usually sit in, it was moved. So maybe she thought that I was gonna sit somewhere else, but no, baby. You don't intimidate me. Nobody really intimidates me, but my mama. Okay? You don't intimidate me. Like I wasn't intimidated by her at all. So I put in my chair and I sat right next to her.
Oh my god. Oh my god. He on X Games mode.
Like we didn't have to speak. We didn't have to communicate for me to just sit there. So I'm sitting there and this is her the whole time. She's sitting here with her phone and she going crazy, y'all. She like she's sitting here with her phone, y'all, and she going and like she trying to make it a point to let me know that she's just typing on her phone and she big mad. So I was like, okay, but that's what I'm thinking in my head. I just said it out loud, and then all of a sudden she throws the phone in my direction. She like, read it.
And I
was like, okay. So then I read it. And do y'all want to know what this mess says? Can you guess? Y'all are guessing? All right, we can keep pushing. So, it's a book. It ain't even a paragraph at this point. It's a 4-page essay. So, what the little letter that she typed up in her notes said was like, you know, to be honest, like, you're boring. I never really want to be your friend anyways. And when she said you're boring. I never really want to be your friend anyways. And like, you're just a hater. You were always jealous of me and beef and all that kind of stuff. And you were just mad because none of your relationships could ever work, and etc., etc. And then she proceeds to say, everything I've ever told you was a lie. Like, anything I said was a lie. You don't know me. And I'm just reading. I'm like,
What did I do?
Just go to the office.
What did I do?
and then she says, And it's funny how you can fight me, but you still haven't fought anybody else that you've ever had beef with, da 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 da. And then she was like, what else did she say, y'all? Then she was like, I can say whatever I want to my mom about your family member, because that's between me and her, so I don't really care, and I was never actually sorry, and you were a lame best friend, we never did anything. So as I'm looking at this, I'm just like dumbfounded, and I can't even remember everything it says, and I wish I still had that message, but sadly it wasn't on my phone. It's not like she sent it to my phone, she had it typed up in her notes, so I'm just going off what I remember it saying. But it was a lot. It was really deep. Basically that she was a fraud the whole time. And so I had looked up at her, and I was just like, I don't know what you handed me this for, because all it's doing is showing me that you was a snake the whole time. So why would you write it? Why would you type a paragraph just explaining how you was a snake? That's dumb.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
So I gave her the phone back, and I was like, can I go to the bathroom? And like, I went to the bathroom, and I was hella mad. Like, I was so mad. Like, I was pissed, because like, I didn't even do nothing to her fucking psycho ass. Like, chicken was tripping. So I was like, wow, like, that's crazy. And I kid you not, y'all, like 4 hours after that happened, I got into a fight. Like, somebody had came from behind and pulled my hair, and I fought that day. So like, it was just a bad day all around. Like, I lost my best friend and fought in the same day.
You thought it was over?
And it was just crazy to me. I was like, wow. And then after the fight, like, I was sitting in the office, and Chicken comes to the office. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And she was like, yeah. She's like, that was so crazy. She's like, that's so crazy. That was so unfair she did you. But when I watched the video replay back, Chicken was the one main one in the front recording. And I talk like, I literally, when I say I've never had hate for anyone ever, but I really did hate her. Like, I did. And so she goes out of her way, y'all. One day she goes out of her way to text me and to say like she was sorry for everything that went down, and she was basically just being so extra when she typed the paragraph to really hurt my feelings so that I could stop talking to her for good. What type of foul ass shit is that?
Stupid.
Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is going on in your brain? Like, when I tell y'all she blew me, but mind you, when she sent that paragraph, not when she sent it, but when she had typed that paragraph up to me and told me to read it or whatever, I had never ever like really like responded back to everything she had said. I was just like, you know what, like, you failed, like you basically showing me that you was a snake the whole time, like, it's all good. That's all I said, and I never said anything back. I never text her or nothing. But when she went out of her way to tell me that she just did that so I could stop talking to her, and she was sorry. Oh, honey, I ate that ass. Well, okay, I ate her up. Ate her up, okay? Period. So, I text her back, and I went off. And I'm going to insert all the receipts of that right here. So, yeah, I text her back, and I went smooth off, okay, y'all? And after that, she was kind of like, you know, I get where you coming from type thing. And and after that, I was like, okay, cool. So, once again, we didn't speak after that. But I still hated her, y'all. When I say I still did not like that girl, like, Chicken was dead to me. Like, dead to me. So, anyways, word around the grapevine. Y'all remember beef? Y'all remember beef? Y'all remember how I was the one who basically helped their relationship, saved it after Chicken did some foul stuff, but I was jealous of them.
Stupid.
Well, Beef had got herself locked up, honey.
I'm in the ghetto. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Ra-ta-ta-ta.
Locked up, and the whole time, like, while we was friends, after that whole little incident happened, when I like kind of saved the relationship, Beef was locked up like maybe like 2 months after that. And like right before we stopped being best friends, Chicken was like, you know, like, oh my God, I can't wait till Beef gets out, da 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 da. Well, when Beef finally got out, mind you, me and Chicken not friends no more, but word around town was that Chicken had already managed to
cheat on Beef
with somebody at the school and was walking around with hickeys on her neck that day and was trying to hide it from Beef, and Beef was beating her up with the hall pass. Embarrassing. So when I heard that, when I tell y'all, I was freaking cackling, like I was dying. And so after that happened, apparently, remember, this is, well, I'm just gonna say allegedly, because you know I don't know for sure, but this is the rumor, although it does make sense, but I'm not gonna get that far. Allegedly, Beef had brought something to school and tried to hurt the girl that Chicken was cheating on her with, and was chasing the girl like around the whole school, like just basically trying to literally like physically hurt her with this object.
Everybody leave the dressing room, please.
I want everybody at the motherfucking dressing room, please.
And Beef ended up getting herself back in jail with that one. Yeah. So okay, I'm not gonna name the object, but yeah, basically I went out my way and thought it was the perfect time to, you know, kind of get even, kind of mend my little cold heart and feel better. And I was like, I texted Chicken. I was like, you know, like, I'm so sorry, everything I heard, everything that's going on, like that's crazy, like I hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna put the receipts right here what I did, y'all. It was so foul. So yeah, and then that's what happened with that. And to conclude, that's what happened with that, and we never spoke again. Actually, to give y'all them screenshots, Chicken just unadded me again. Yeah, anyways, but that's it for the story time, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed the story time of my toxic best friend. And oh yes, by the way, Chicken was a Gemini, so if you know any Geminis, just from my experience, I wouldn't trust them. I would keep them in arm's length.
Stay the fuck back. These things are killers now.
But you know, all Geminis aren't bad. Anyway, so she was big mad about that, and that's what basically the last time we spoke. So that's how my friendship went, and that was just a quick version, y'all. Like it was so much more I could have added in here, but this video would have been too long. So yeah, like and comment if you don't think you lame. If you do, then you gang, and subscribe if you don't, then you can't hang, period.